Hi there, I'm Lee Bodette, your host of Test Drive, brought to you by Sport Car USA. Today we're going to take a look at a 2017 Shelby GT350. This puppy has 526 horsepower and the engine is a 5.2-liter V8. Now let's take a look at what's under the hood on the Shelby GT350. Wow. So here we are with the 2017 Shelby GT350. We're just getting off the interstate now, so we're slowing down. This car does not like to go slow, by the way, just so you know. I had a 2017 Shelby GT350 in charcoal gray. I guess it was kind of a lighter gray, maybe not charcoal, but I absolutely love the car. It's so fast, so precise, and it is loud. As a matter of fact, I can tell you this now, since I don't have the license plate anymore. My license plate was L-O-U-D. And I gotta tell you, when you're in town, pretty much no matter where you are, people know that you're coming because this exhaust is really something. It actually has Carroll Shelby's signature on the dash. And I hadn't noticed that before. That is really cool. You can actually send away for a lot of Shelby materials. Carroll Shelby's no longer with us, so can't sign anything for you, but you can get like the nameplate and the dash plaques, things like that, which I think is a nice touch for your Shelby. And when he came out with the Shelby, I believe it was in the 60s, you have to check me on that, just nobody even close to what Carroll Shelby was doing. This Shelby GT350 has the Recaro seats, and believe it or not, all the cars that I've owned and all the cars that I've test driven, I've never had Recaro seats before, and these really hug you. I just love downshifting with this car, just listening to it. This is a type of car where you don't even want the radio on. You just don't. There's no need to be listening to the radio. You want to listen to the engine. And trust me, whether your windows are rolled up or rolled down, you're going to hear that engine roar. The dashes, I love the gauges on the dash. You can't see them right now, probably, but the round gauges with the oil pressure and the pressure of the antifreeze, temperature I should say, and just really nicely laid out here. Here we go. Oh, I hope you can hear that. You're probably saying, well, why, Lee, did you get rid of your Shelby GT350? Well, because I bought a Corvette. I bought a 2020 Corvette. The first mid-engine, really hard vehicle to get. So I pulled the trigger and traded that for the 2020 Corvette 3LT. Maybe we'll be doing that on Test Drive in the near future. That's a fun car as well. All these cars that you're seeing on Test Drive, fun to drive, put a smile on your face. If you saw my last video on the Challenger, oh, couldn't stop smiling. But this is bringing back memories to me. I'm kind of missing my GT350 right now. The handling on this GT350 is very precise. I had a GT500 several years ago. I think it was a 2013. I trade cars so often I can't remember. Crazy, right? And that car scared me a little bit. The rear end kind of went sideways when I went around a corner with the traction control on. Almost like the Challenger Hellcat we test drove in week 1 of Test Drive. That kind of scared me a little bit too. But this one really hugs the road nicely. And surprisingly, it's a comfortable car to drive and to ride in. But I gotta tell you, my girlfriend rode in my GT350. She did not like that car at all. I don't think it was so much how loud it was. It was just that she didn't like the ride. And if you're into muscle cars like I am, I see no problem with this ride at all. And I gotta tell you, there's something about a stick shift compared to an automatic. Now I know the new GT500s, and like my 2020 Corvette, they only come in automatic. And I'm trying to tell myself, convince myself, but that's okay. And when I'm driving this, I'm thinking that's not okay. I miss my stick shift to be able to get on this car in every single gear. We're here in New England and fall is upon us. Leaves are turning, and I can't think of a better thing to do than get in a GT350 for a cruise. I think I'm gonna downshift a little bit and then get into it. Oh yeah. That was fun. Holds the road so nicely. Like glue. Sport Car USA, the sponsor, providing us with all these muscle cars. Going by a bicyclist now. I hope I don't scare him with the sound of this engine and exhaust. Woo. I'm about 6'2" and I have no problem with headroom. Got my sunglasses on top of my head. Plenty of room. Now, are you gonna fit a family of 5 in here? No, that's not what this car is all about. This car is about 1, maybe 2 people. That's it. That's all you need. When you're going through a slow section of town, nothing wrong with pushing that clutch in and giving it a rev or 2. We just went by a school. Sorry, but the kids were looking. I had to do it. This Shelby GT350, you really want to hang on to the wheel because it can get away from you. Especially if you hit some of the crevices in the roads. There aren't all perfect roads out there. I would say if you're out late at night raising hell, chances are somebody's going to identify you. So that's our test drive for today. The 2017 Shelby GT350. With a 5.2 liter V8 and 526 wonderful horsepower. It was a great ride. We enjoyed every minute of it, and we look forward to seeing you next time on Test Drive.